Hello there, welcome to Genesis Molds. My name is Bob Waldron, and in this video we're going to be having an in-box review. An in-box review of Airfix's brand spanking new Sea Fury. Whoops. So this is a brand spanking new tool. It's the Hawker Sea Fury FB.11 1/48 scale by Airfix, and as I say, this is a brand new tool, 2018. I haven't even opened this up yet. The cost of this kit is around about £25 RRP, so we're already in a cracking price range. So let's start off with the first few bits of plastic here. So let's just bring you in. We have wing sections just here where you can nicely and clearly see some very crisp and solid recess panel lines. We do have like some raised sort of rivet areas as well, raised areas where it's needed. The shall we say the recess panel lines, as you can see, they are a bit on the a bit out of scale, shall we say. They are oversized just a little bit. We also have recess rivets as well, but not that many, which is kind of typical of Airfix at the moment. Again, we've got that lovely, very crisp detail. Admittedly, it is looking rather big actually, these recess panel lines. Maybe a little bit of a shame, might put some people off, but to be fair, I don't mind it at all really. And if you could go around with like maybe a little sort of rivet marker and sort of add some rivets in here, it would really sort of jazz it up. I have done that before in the past with models from Airfix. Loads of sort of rivet work on some of the pieces, raised rivet work where it's due. Right, we've got a bit of engine detail here, just a little bit. Right, it's only one part of the engine detail just there, but not looking too bad. Inside the cockpit area, it is all plain, but we're probably going to have like our own sort of cockpit detail somewhere along the lines. Come along with the neck sprue. We've got loads and loads of fuel tanks, as you can see just there. But everything is very crisp and very clean. It is very tidy. We have got our wheels here, which we've got all this lovely sort of tread on there, as you can see, very well detailed with that tread. We have some actual cockpit detail here, which hopefully you could sort of see. That is actually rather nice. We can see dials and all the instrument display panels and stuff, and we've got a little bit more sort of detail with the pieces around it. We've got some landing gear doors here, as you can see. That's got a bit of detail in there, yeah. But I am noticing some ejector pin marks. They are rather faint. You might not be able to tell so much, but there is about 3 on each, very faint. You might want to take care of them. A bit more cockpit detail just here with some more dials and a bit of detail. Landing gear, not quite seeing any ejector pin marks. Does look nice and clean, so that is looking rather good. Got some more sprues just here, loads and loads of detail bits. We've got loads of sort of rockets on here and landing gear bits and bobs. Right, and yeah, ejector pin marks aren't looking too bad. It looks like they've taken care of these rather well. We've got our seat here, which has got some nice sort of detail in the fabric, as you can see there. It's not just just plain. I have just noticed a little bit of flash there on the joystick, but apart from that, that's the only real bit of flash I've seen. It's not major flash on this model. Looking actually really good. It should be, actually. I mean, it is, you know, a new release this year. We've got our propeller also. I'm noticing a little bit of flash on this one, but again, still not a big deal. And it's just a little bit of detail work on here, like bombs and stuff. Nothing major. No nasty ejector pin marks. Looking good. So in the rest of the kit, we should have our actual canopy here. So let's just open this up, and hopefully we're going to get a good result with these. So let's have a look. Looking at it, I am noticing, yeah, I mean, we've got a little bit of a scuff. I don't know how well you can see that. A little bit of a scuff. That is just packaging, that is, where it's just kind of rubbed against all the other parts in the box, which is a little bit of a shame, because it is looking very sort of crisp and shiny, right, and very clear. Just that little bit of scuff there, which you could probably just sort of sand it out or polish it out with some polishing compound. So not a massive big deal. Still very good. We've got our decals here, which I am guessing, because Airfix does, and yes it is, these are going to be cartographed decals, right, which cartographed decals, they are pretty much, you know, one of the best in the world. Really good brand to go for, and they do make good decals. They work well with micro solids there. Everything is, you know, looking good color. It's glossy. Everything's in registry. The small writing, you can sort of read it. You know, I mean, nothing could go wrong with these decals. To be fair, they are going to be very well to work with, and as you can see, looking rather good. Then we have our instructions. So let's have a look how this is going to go together. Well, first off, we do have that usual good sort of let you know a little about the aircraft itself, you know, and some specifications. It's sort of like a normal quality paper, which is in black and white with a bit of colour, right? As always, starting off with a cockpit, which, you know, the detail of the cockpit did look rather good, and they do this whole colour thing where it kind of shows you where the pieces are going to sort of help you get through and build it rather well. Looks like it's going to potentially be a good sort of nice simple like World War II fighter. Two halves of the fuselage come together. We do it does maybe get potentially a little bit complicated here with the wing section, because we've got this bottom of the fuselage and part of the wing section thing going on here. We do look like we've got an engine section here that would be on display a little bit. Yeah, the wing section is potentially going to be a little bit, might be a bit of a fit issue-ish, because it is a bit of a complex sort of way of bringing the wing section together, but you know, it probably might fit together rather well. It just might be something to take your time and sort of work your way through putting that wing section on, just to make sure everything comes together rather nicely. But actually, it does look like that it's kind of complicated, so as you can have it in a wings folded up, which is actually a nice little extra, a nice little sort of extra to this, that you can have it in those two different poses. So that is rather neat for this kit. Then everything else is looking as though you can put it all together nicely. Different weapons options, canopy open and closed. And then we do have, by the looks of it, two different markings, which to be fair, I mean, there's not much difference in either of them. As you can see, they're both pretty much the same colour scheme, just slightly different decals. right, and then we have the stencils at the back. So yeah, I mean, I gotta say, for 25 quid, right, for a brand spanking new tool this year, 2018, yeah, I mean, I love it. I think it's definitely a big thumbs up, well recommended. The only things I could see on there was, okay, the surface detail, those recessed panel lines were quite deep and big, looking a little bit out of scale, but it's not necessarily a big deal. I would probably go off and do a load of extra sort of rivet work on there to add more detail to it, but apart from that, yeah, I mean, it's a fantastic kit and I'd love to build it myself, and well recommended here at Genesis Models. So hopefully you have enjoyed this inbox review. So until next time, my name is Bob Waldron, this is Genesis Models, and I hope you've enjoyed.